I did say that there was a really, really good piece on the Echo, which I would certainly urge you to read. A lot of the stuff on the Echo I don't like, and I'll call it out. But I'm also more than happy to speak about good things and good work that other people and other content creators produce. And I really did enjoy this on the Echo. And it was a rundown of all of Liverpool's loanee players, how they got on, and what maybe we can expect to see. So let's start off with it in the order that they've written it. And I'm going to read through them, so bear with me for a moment, and then you can guys let me know what you think. So Calvin Ramsey was the first one that came up. And the piece said, Ramsey joined Liverpool amid high expectations in the summer of 2022, but his 2 loan spells this season at Preston North End and Bolton Wanderers have both been disappointing. The Scottish player has struggled to make his mark at either club, suggesting that another loan spell may be necessary before he's ready for Liverpool's first team. I think that's pretty reasonable, in all honesty. It's been unfortunate that we haven't gotten to see more of Calvin. So yeah, a loan feels about right there for a player who I certainly wouldn't be giving up on, certainly wouldn't be looking to sell, but would be hoping to see him step up and obviously put those injury concerns back behind him. The next one is Reece Williams, and it says, Williams' season has been far from successful, with the defender seeing more action for Liverpool's under-23s than his loan spell at Aberdeen. In fact, the 23-year-old rarely made it onto the bench for the Dons, indicating that he's some distance away from securing a place in Liverpool's first team. It's got to be sell. It has to be. Let's be frank. Sell him. He's not going to make it at Liverpool. If he can't get onto Aberdeen's bench, he's not going to make it at Liverpool. So for me, that's a fairly straightforward one. Sell if you can find a buyer. The next one is one that you guys will definitely be interested in, and that is Fabio Carvalho. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data, such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month, and you'll get an additional 3 months free. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. And this said, Carvalho kicked off the season at RB Leipzig but was primarily used as a super sub by the Bundesliga squad. After his relationship with Leipzig soured, he was shipped out to Hull where he shone in their playoff push. Despite falling just short, the Portuguese international stands a good chance of being promoted to Liverpool's first team in the new season. So what do you guys think about Fabio Carvalho? Do you think he'll make it at Liverpool? Do you think stylistically there's a space for him at Liverpool? Because talent-wise, he has it. You know, he has the ability. You have to question. Now, of course, we say we don't know this. We don't know him. But you have to question, one, how it didn't work at Liverpool so quickly. Two, how he fell out of favour at Leipzig. But he's done very well at Hull. So, for me, I'd like to see him looked at in pre-season by the manager. And then let Arne Slot assess whether he thinks there's going to be a place for him in the squad or whether he thinks towards the latter part of the transfer window, maybe you move him on. But I definitely believe he has earned a chance to be looked at by the new coach. I think we let Slot check him out. Fabio falls out with a lot of people, said Lukey Boy. Give him a chance, said Robbie Salmon. The lad said keep Fabio. Fabio gives me Sancho vibe, said Malcolm Billington. Give him a full season with the team, said Tav. Give him a chance. Still in two minds with Fabio, said Gary Radford. Yeah, I think most of your posts there are balanced, reasonable, and I think I agree with you all. I think he certainly deserves a chance to be looked at by the new coach. The next one up is Harvey Davies. This said, Davies spent a large part of the season as Crewe's go-to goalkeeper, but has been dropped from their squad entering the final stretch. Although Caoimhín Kelleher is expected to be sold this summer, Davies needs another season on loan before he can be considered as backup to Alisson. I don't have any arguments about that. I think they're spot on about that one. One interesting one though, and one player we've spoken about a little bit over the year, has been Owen Beck. The piece said, Owen Beck, who has been a standout performer for Dundee, is one of Liverpool's most impressive loanees. Before an injury sidelined him in March, Beck had been a regular starter for the Scottish side, scoring twice and providing 4 assists in 28 appearances, helping them secure a top half finish. With doubts over Costa's quality, Beck is a prime candidate for a first team call-up. And I totally agree on that. You know, what I've seen of Owen Beck, which is somewhat limited, he looks very good. But the references and the reports coming from Scotland, glowing. He definitely deserves an opportunity to be looked at by the gaffer, and at the worst case scenario, alone. But if we sell Costas, who's to say Owen Beck could not step up? We've got Chambers as well as another one there. So for me, Beck, I think, yeah, give him a go. Give him a chance. Now another interesting one. Sepp van den Berg. Sepp van den Berg has been one of the few bright spots in a dismal season for Mainz. They've been fighting relegation all season, with Van den Berg sitting out just one match. With Liverpool's defence set for a revamp this summer, he could be asked to step up. So what do we think on Sepp van den Berg? I think this summer needs to be the one where a decision is made, because he's had loans. He either gets his chance now or we cash in. And he has had very good reports from the work he's done at Mainz. I'm of the mindset that he could be our 5th defender, our 5th centre-back. I don't know if I'd be comfortable being one of the ones yet that we absolutely rely on, because don't forget we have young Jarell Kwanzaa who's still learning his trade as well. So I wouldn't mind him coming in as an extra option. Malcolm said Sepp will be sold in my opinion. Russell said keep Sepp, Slot coached him before. Keep Sepp and play him in the cup, said Carson Watch. Mark said keep Sepp as well. Lukey boy, keep. Keep, said Scotty. No disrespect to the guy, but he's a second tier player, said Elarm the City. Bring him back, said Colin Brooks. Give him a go, said Nick. I like it. Lots of positivity there, and I think most of us feel like he at least deserves an opportunity. Anderson Arroyo. It seems unlikely that Arroyo will ever become a regular for Liverpool. The 24-year-old has been a starter for Spanish second-tier side Burgos this season, but with Conor Bradley emerging as Trent Alexander-Arnold's top backup at right-back, a sale this summer seems possible. Again, I think we'll agree with that, right? James Balgisi is next up. This season has been a letdown for Balgisi, and the 20-year-old struggling to make his mark on loan at either Wigan or Kilmarnock. The midfielder has only made 13 appearances in total this term, and another loan move this summer seems to be his best bet. I'd cash in. I don't understand the need to keep so many loan players where some of them clearly are not going to make it. So unless you're looking at another loan to maybe try and increase the sale price, I feel like Arroyo and Balgisi just sell, cash in, move on. Another one is Dominic Cornes. Cornes had a successful campaign in the Swiss Super League, helping the team to avoid relegation. The midfielders made 21 appearances in all competitions, though another loan move will probably be best for the 21-year-old. Again, I know nothing about that dude, so I'm going to move on from that one. To those of you coming in and asking me to recap, I will, don't worry, but at the moment I'm just doing a recap on all the loan players, because the Echo did a very good piece on this, and I'd like to highlight it by just giving everyone a heads up on where some of the loan players are and how they've gotten on. So, Adam Lewis is another one. This said, Lewis had a mixed season on loan at Newport County, having several spells out of the team which endured a disappointing year in League 2. This has been the second spell at Rodney Parade, and a permanent move to an EFL team appears to be the most likely move this summer. I agree. Jacob Orginski, again, excuse my pronunciation, another young Red who had mixed fortunes on loan, with a Polish keeper spending much of the season as a backup Dutch second-tier side Den Bosch. He will need regular game time on loan next season if he's to convince his parent club that he has a future at Anfield. The next name is a bit of a blast from the past, and one that I thought was going to make it, and that's Billy Comedio. You remember when Comedio broke through? I think he was even getting extra defensive coaching from Jurgen one-on-one, but it hasn't worked out too well over the last year or two. Comedio will be eager to put this season behind him as swiftly as possible. Initially, he was loaned out to Dunkirk, but a disagreement led to his return to Anfield. The defender was then dispatched to Blackburn Rovers, but he didn't manage to make an appearance for the Championship side. It's unlikely Slot will call him up this summer. Anybody disagree with that? I don't think we really can. Lewis Houston, 19-year-old, has had a successful season at Stalybridge Celtic. The non-league side were so impressed that they extended his loan until January, and another move seems likely for him in the summer. James Norris, despite a challenging start to the season, Norris finished the campaign as Tranmere's starting left-back, with Rovers finishing mid-table in League 2. Another loan move would be best for the 21-year-old's development. The next one is one that you're going to want to pay attention to, because it's one that we're going to have a chat about. Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton has been the star of Hull's bid for a playoff place in the Championship, and seems to be the most likely to receive a call from Slot. He scored 3 goals and provided 5 assists in 41 appearances for the Tigers, as well as shining on the international stage for England's under-21s. Slot is likely looking forward to working with the young talent. I definitely feel Morton will get a look. I do. He's earned it. I don't know if he'll make it long term, and I'm 50-50 on it. But I know he's earned it. He's done well enough to deserve an opportunity to be looked at by the new coach. What they've written here about him standing out at Hull is true. He was a level above, and that's what I want for a player who goes on loan from Liverpool. If you go to a Championship or a League One club, if you want to make it at Liverpool, you should be standing out there. And he's more than done that. So I think Tyler Morton deserves the opportunity to come in and see what he can do. And I think most of you probably agree. We definitely need a big lump as a DM, sorting and strong. Give Morton one good year and revisit. He needs to bulk up a bit, said Gary. Totally agree. Move these players on if they can't make it in the lower division. What's the point in keeping them? Get the wages off the bill, said Stephen. Scotty said Tyler Morton looks a good player. Tommy Hoare said he's on the list, but isn't Thuram more of an 8? What position is Tyler Morton? I would think of him as a natural 6, but he can, like by Chechich, he can play as a 6 or an 8. Malcolm said I would cash in on Morton, as I cannot see him being part of Slot's plans. I don't know. I think he'll get a look, I really do think Tyler Morton will get an opportunity, because he's been impressive at Hull. Nat Phillips is the next one, and don't worry, we're almost through them all. Nat Phillips is the next one. After a tough stint at Celtic, Nat Phillips has found success at Preston. He's made 18 appearances for Preston North End and has proven to be a reliable senior option. However, with his contract expiring in 12 months and the Englishman keen to get more game time, it might be the right time to sell. It is the right time to sell. There's no might be about it. It is. For his good. He deserves to go and settle down and play somewhere. So for me, no brainer. Nat Phillips would be an asset to many clubs. I just don't think he's good enough for us. He's had some good moments and really helped us out, but ultimately I think he deserves to go and be a centre back to play his week in and week out somewhere. And to me, a move for Nat seemed fair. Lucas Stevenson. Stevenson proved to be a valuable asset for Barrow this season. Despite not contributing any goals or assists, his team narrowly missed out in the playoffs in the 3rd tier, and another loan move would likely be the best option. Viroslav Yaros. Should Kelleher leave this summer, Yaros is the prime candidate to fill his shoes. The Czech player has made a name for himself with Sturm Graz in the Austrian Bundesliga, clinching the cup and aiding them to the top of the league going into the playoffs. And I agree. There was glowing references from his time at St. Patrick's Athletic here in Ireland as well. And I think Jaros is certainly on that way to eventually becoming our number 2 at the very least. High hopes for him. And the last one on this list is a very, very interesting one. And then we've gone through all the 20. Luke Chambers. Luke Chambers was wanted by Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen at one point. That's how highly he was thought of. Chambers has a golden opportunity to break into Liverpool's first team during pre-season after an impressive stint at Wigan in the latter half of the campaign. He spent the first half of the year at Anfield making several appearances in the Europa League. However, another loan might be the best course of action for him. He's close to me. If it is another loan, then I do think we'll see him at Liverpool the following year. I like Chambers, and I think he has a good future ahead of him. So that is the summary of every one of Liverpool's loanees that have been out and about this season. And again, credit to the Echo for the piece. It's there if you want to read it in your own time as well.